All right, so this is kind of a dual-ended sort of discussion here. One of this is that I hear this comment that USA weightlifters' technique sucks when compared to other countries, and also arguments on whether you need to push your back squat or not, or whether squat numbers are really that important. And there's a lot of people that really hold to their guns that no, it's more about how fast you squat, or it's more squatting loads relative to your clean and jerk, and that's a very Russian-influenced argument, and that makes some sense. And the speed of the squat is absolutely important, but the limit end of your strength is absolutely important, and I'm here to talk about that right now, basically, and to why that our efficiency as U.S. weightlifters is actually pretty incredible, actually, when you look at these numbers, and it doesn't suck. And in fact, I would almost argue that the European lifters are the ones who actually suck in their technique, because you'll see that their efficiency is much less. Now, this is a quote from some Russian literature from the Russian text. This is from Ivanov, and he pointed out that the squat results, which are 127 plus or minus 5.2% of the clean and jerk or clean and jerk to squat ratio of 79%, would be sufficient leg strength for athletes with good technique in the clean. So this is a Russian researcher stating that these percentages are what should be appropriate and optimal for clean and jerk capability in relation to the squat technique. Now, there's a lot of coaches out there that really hold to this like gospel, and it's I've seen over and over that these numbers are radically wrong. With it's one thing to compare yourself as a beginning or a rookie lifter, but it's also another to look at world champions and say national champions might be doing, actually. So these numbers, although may be true, and there's a lot of parallels for a lot of lifters, at the end of the day, this is not what's happening with all the world champions. So looking at, let's compare now a U.S. weightlifter versus one of the best lifters of all time. So I'm going to use myself for an example, because I know exactly what I squat and clean and jerk, what my ratio and efficiency is. And we're going to use Pyrrhus Demas, who we all know one of the best lifters of all time, 4-time Olympic medalist, 3 golds, 1 bronze, just dominated the sport for the entire time he was around, several world records, you name it. Now, Pyrrhus Demas had a back squat of 335 kilograms when he was roughly around 91 kilos, so he was a little bit overweight when he did that. But he was, so based on this Russian literature of 100, Ivanov here states that it's 127 plus or minus 5.2%, but in some of their texts they list up to as high as 138%. Based on this 127, though, he would be good for a 280 kilo, roughly a 285. Based on his 335 kilo back squat, he'd probably front squat around 285 kilos. But based off his back squat, he should be able to clean and jerk 265 kilos. That would be 47 kilograms over the world record. Now, based on this, Ivanov was basically saying, and all these other coaches that feel this way, that Pyrrhus Demas' technique sucks. Now, we've all watched Pyrrhus' technique and have been dumbfounded by it and how amazing and how precise and lightning fast it is. I would never in a million years say that his technique sucks or he was inefficient. But that's what these numbers, when you get these numbers stuck in your head, that's the kind of stuff that it is basically stating and telling you. Now, looking at comparing Pyrrhus to, say, myself, and I would never in a million years put myself at that level. I just want to play devil's advocate with some of these numbers and ratios now. Now, when you look at me, my best back squat is a 250 kilo back squat, Olympic style back squat. My best lifetime clean and jerk right now is 180 kilo clean and jerk. So my back squat to clean ratio is 138.8%. So I'm barely at the fringe of that Russian standard of 138%. So based on that criteria, I'd actually be on the worst end of efficient within their range of acceptability. Now, looking at Demas with that 335 kilo back squat, and the highest reported clean and jerk that I believe he's done is 215 kilograms. He's at 155.8% correlation of back squat to clean and jerk. So he's well outside of that range of the Russian standard there. And when you even look at that 127%, he's way off the mark. And this is one of the best lifters of all time. So would the Russians have kicked Demas off the weightlifting team, or would they have said, you don't have the talent to lift with the Russian team based on his efficiency? Would they have said that he actually sucked? I'm not trying to bash the Russians here. I love the Russian program and the model, but I think that's something you got to consider when you're looking at Russian programming and the model, and not making it a religion, basically. Now, there's a difference the difference in the clean and jerk from Pierce Demas and me is 35 kilos. So when you look at 180 to 215, the difference in our back squats though are 85 kilos. So there's a much bigger difference between Pierce Demas and myself in back squat strength. So he's much stronger in the legs. So when you're looking at guys and you hear the argument of, oh, you don't need to push your back squat number, you look at these international guys and these international lifters, their back squats are enormous, and they may not push it all day long because they pushed it so far that they may not need to push it anymore. But when you're a drug-free American weightlifter, you got to do everything in your power to get that back squat up. For me, the hardest thing is not mastering the snatch and clean and jerk. The hardest thing is for me is to continue to get stronger in the back squat and front squat so I can actually put that into my snatch and clean and jerk. And that takes a lot of hard work and pain and suffering. It takes me a lifetime. It'll take me a lifetime, if ever, to get to a 335 kilo back squat, and I will never get there as a drug-free lifter. But can I optimize my technique as much as possible? Absolutely. But the difference in probability and ability to improve will be more in my back squat than in my snatch and clean and jerk. Now, there's a difference in efficiency based on these numbers by 17%. So based on these numbers and the Russian numbers here, I am 17% more efficient than Pierce Demas, which I agree is completely ridiculous. The guy is a better lifter than I will ever be, but based on these Russian numbers, that's the kind of corner that's going to back you into. So second guess some of these numbers and don't hold it like gospel, and use it only as a rule of thumb and perhaps to help you understand where you might have a deficit, or perhaps you may back squat 300 kilos but you only clean and jerk 150 kilos. Then you got to realize, yeah, I need to do more work on technique, and that's my technique's my limiting factor, and not back squat strength. So if anything, that's all it's good for. At the end of the day, I wouldn't split hairs over, oh, you're at 140%, you need to be at 138% or less, or things of that nature. So that should be kind of a good redemption to the concept of USA weightlifting sucks because of our technique and the international lifters are better. This is just me. I know this is I know many American lifters who squat much less and do much more in the Olympic lifts. I know several of them actually, so their efficiency is radically better than mine. And I know guys who are vice versa, more norm to, say, the Europeans. So it kind of goes both ways, and the argument is basically null and void and pretty stupid. Likewise, yes, we need to push our back squats. That's the biggest difference between us and the world, is not our snatch and clean and jerk numbers. When you look at the squat numbers of these lifters, they're outstandingly huge. So sure, there's a time and place where the squats, pushing the squat may have diminishing returns and it may slow you down, but that's not the problem most guys are experiencing. We'll look at the Terenieko squat argument pretty soon on another video, and we'll really see some eye-opening information on that.